Alright, welcome to the ELO Mayhem Gold final, casting live today. First map will always be, throughout the tournament, HC4 Arabia, and then they'll play home maps after, accordingly, depending on who wins the first one. Ark here with the Teutons in the draft, exclamation mark draft for the draft, you should get up. And Henry with the try-hard pranks here. Though maybe not so try hard against Teutons, because Teutons, they get their extra melee armor on all melee units in Castle and Imperial Age for a total of +2 in the Imperial Age, which obviously applies to both infantry and cavalry. But if you take into account that Franks get husbandry, then Franks cavalry have a slight advantage there over Teutons, but Teuton's kryptonite in general is ranged play, so if you have an armless civ, or a good cavalry archer civ even, you have a good chance versus the Teutons. We'll see how it plays out with the Franks here. Franks still have stronger scouts opening in the feudal age if they go for the scouts play here, which it's not unlikely that they will, or depending on the map, we might see some Dark Age rush into Castle. Don't think we'll be seeing any. I guess in this matchup it kind of could make sense for Franks to go men at arms archers as well and then switch to cavalry, but I'm just speculating here. And I have to say, quite nice for Henry. Okay, granted, this is kind of forwardish and this gold, but he has the main gold quite close to TC. Could wall here. And the front side, okay, it's kind of open, but it's also possible to wall completely. And rush strikes me as an opportunity. Rush fast castle. Here comes the house to form part of the wall. It's going to go up in a way that secures the berries as well. And yeah, getting the last few sheep now. That's last 2 needed, I think. 3 deer, not 4 for the Ark already pushing them in, so boosting the early food economy. Doesn't necessarily have to be a giveaway, but it's with 3 on wood, so that can be an indication of a scout's beginning, or 21 pop at arms, so. So I guess we'll just have to see for the follow-up here. Ark's base, it doesn't seem to be bad either. Main gold sort of in the... It's on the side, but it's on the back when compared to Henry's positioning here. So it's not great, but it's also not awful. You have this hill here right next to the gold, which can be an issue. Very little idle TC time to mention here, so the players are off to a good start in terms of continuous production, setting up their builds. To be expected of the higher mid-elo as well, to have their build orders down and have a minimum of idle time to begin with. So we're not going to see any rushes here, I think, since we haven't seen any barracks yet. Is it going to be a scouts war? That opening favors the Franks then. Pushing in, what's that, an ibex? Oh, that's a sheep! Why would we kill the sheep 15 miles away from the TC? Anyway, a bit of an unfortunate event there. Does Henry know the opening? Yeah, that needs to be plugged. Especially if you suspect scouts from the opponent. They're not really stressing their scouting though, they just want to boost those early food sources. And we have Ark going up first here at 20 pop, while Henry seems to be going for the 22. Which, wait, yeah, he's going 22 pop, which gives the Franks a stronger economy for sure going into the feudal age, but also setting them back if the play is indeed the scouts here. Ark here with the scout, and he first bails on the barracks, but then places it after all, but in a position that allows easy quick walls, just in case Ark tries to deny it with the starting scout. Also keep the scout close to the walling builder here, so that Ark can't easily snipe that one. Yeah, I think they're going for the scouts, both of them here, because they're very careful not to preserve their hit points on the scouts. But Ark just about to reach village. He's easily gonna win this fight, even if Henry pulls the villager, maybe. But yeah, it goes. So now clock is ticking for Henry here to get the defenses up. Ark being super annoying here with the starting scout to try and keep it open here for the next few scouts to be able to get in, but I think Henry is in a good spot here to football if he remembers that little tile in the bottom there. That is, Ark doesn't have it scouted though, so could be that Henry will fight regardless. Here goes the stable for the Franks as well. Not any big surprises there, but this map again, provided you plug that gap and the front side here, walling in towards the TC now, means that any aggression coming Henry's way here will have to run close to the TC and risk taking arrow fire from a garrison TC here. Or again doesn't risk it here, can't really snipe a bit with such a weak scout. Henry seems obsessive on. It's the first game though, so it could be the kind of a first game of the day thingy, and or just tournament jitters. And thrown off by the Sid pick, yeah. you really don't expect Teutons for 1v1 Arabia, do you? Here they come. Is Ark gonna risk it here? Yeah, he went to the 22 pop up with ranks. But I think it's a conscious choice to have a better economy and maybe more easily beat the Teutons to the cast stage because of that. But we'll see. Already a healthier farm eco here for Ark. He's investing heavily into the scouts. Or was he missing food? But that's excellent. Army positioning is good here though. He has the stronger scouts. He's added a spear. And it's just not allowing Ark to enter here. Almost gets a scout there. Again, there's an HP difference here, at least until Ark gets Bloodlance. Something I don't think he'll get in the feud late here, but you never know. 2 spears in the opening here, so you both have to run into spears and into the fire if you want to get in here as Ark, unless you want to try and break in now. He plugs the south side here as well. It's a huge scout investment though, but I guess with the cheaper Teutons farms, you could get away with it, but it seems like a huge investment when you won't really be able to snipe villagers or cause significant idle time here. And they're going to gold now. Ark is on gold as well, so timing are comparable here. And farm eco, food eco is dead similar. It's 19 for both players. The blacksmith, so both buildings needed to go up eventually. Will be here for Henry. What happened to the... Yeah, he's queuing... He's even taking wheelbarrow before going up there. And he's in! Wow! It's not going to do much for this here, but yeah, not sure what the idea was here, actually. That's 2 scouts down for nothing. Ark has only 1 spear. But has invested more results as well. Yeah, idle time. Worth it. Actually, Ark has more idle DC time than Henry behind this as well, so Henry has a villager lead here, now getting wheelbarrow as well, and sacrifices the last scout to the pointy boy here. So Ark is going up here, but Henry is going up right after with wheelbarrow. So Henry undeniably setting up for a better cast age economy here with the wheelbarrow investment, although that's going to delay the uptime a slight bit. It's only 20 seconds difference here, so I'd say that's a huge eco advantage for Henry at this point. He's not going to be stressed out by the scouts here. I'm assuming he'll be able to complete the walls behind her without any issues. 6 on gold to allow for one stable, consistent production here. While Ark probably dropping the second stable somewhere. Yep, he's gonna continue with the Knights in the casting here. They will, with full upgrades, be stronger than the Franks because they'll have +1 extra melee armor as the Teuton Civ bonus goes. It's still annoying to have the wall behind, but investing into palisades rather than just houses here for Henry is also saving wood for other stuff. Second stable is of course up, and yeah, uptime's comparable. Double walling, yeah, but only palisades. Like 3, isn't it like 3 wood a piece or something for those? It's fine. You want to reinforce them anyway. So Ark is up, but he's not queuing Knights. Oh, there we go. He is queuing Knights. Both with the double stable Knights here now. Henry has +1 defense, so he's matching the Teuton's bonus now. And also getting the +2, so he's kind of rushing the upgrades here just to make sure Teutons won't have that big armor advantage early on. Ark will need to research at least 1 armor upgrade here to match what Henry has now in terms of melee armor. $10 on gold. If you have gold mining, it already has research. That's fine for double stable Knights here. Yeah, exactly. It needs to get +2 ASAP to keep up with the Teuton's Knights. I know. That's why I'm doing it. Not risking any fights here, just chasing away the scouts and now staying at home, waiting for more numbers before engaging. They're matching production here. Ark is getting +2 attack. He's getting attack upgrades first, because he already has that +1 defense anyway, but Henry is still with better upgrades insofar until the Teutons can get to full upgrades here. Risking a fight here. That's a better fight for Henry, I think, especially given the numbers. Any pick off here is good news for Henry because he'll eventually need the number advantage if they're both going Knights because the Teutons are stronger. Or adding monks, nice. That's not really an option for Henry because Teutons have conversion resistance. So you could add monks anyway because you want to heal up your Knights, but you're going to have to convert for a long time to get any conversions on the Teutons units. Right, so a couple of weekend Knights in the mix here, but goes for the raids anyway. Henry is slightly behind the military here, though he has more knights. It's still the stray scouts and the spears here for Ark. No, Henry's gonna break through! He's through! Oh, and it doesn't go in. Bummer. He saw the knights coming, so he's pulling back. Could have been some good raids here, but it will also mean the death of a lot of these knights, so it makes sense not to risk it. He's getting husbandry though, which is a good upgrade for the Franks against Teutons. You'll always be able to outrun the Teutons knights because Teutons don't get husbandry. Let's see the numbers here. Should be numbers lead for Ark in this matchup. But now Henry commits a little bit. He's kind of in here, but he doesn't have the numbers to keep up with Ark's knights here, and Ark has been picking up a little bit as well. So he's in both with numbers and 80 advantage here. Oh, this has to be a bad fight for Henry. He's outmatched here. He's actually slightly better upwards. He's about to get the +2, but he's still gonna lose way too many knights here. And both with triple stable production now, but Henry is now 8 knights behind. Who'll say from a suboptimal fight there. That's not a good one, unfortunately. They both with consistent production, but Henry is producing 3 stables. The Cozy is very comparable, so it's just one builder apart here. But Ark has wheelbarrow as well, but Henry obviously has heavy plow because Franks get that instantly. Love to see a monk added here to heal these up at some point though, just to preserve the numbers even better. They have 20 to 31 military here now, so Ark definitely with the numbers lead is even adding a TC number 4 here on the gold. So he's going to extend the boom and take a village lead now because of that 4th TC going up. Henry currently adding the 3rd one, so all things considered, good work of Henry to keep the idle TC time at a much lower rate than Ark here and keeping up with the production, the economy. Well, the clock is ticking for Henry now to do damage, now that Ark has 4 TCs up, and if he can get them producing, get a food eco rolling to support it, he'll be going into the next stage with a much stronger economy eventually, unlocking Teuton's halberdiers with their extra melee armor and whatnot. Oh, they're both going in for the raids here. Oh, 27 knights for Ark. Palisade gates, they crumble like paper. Why isn't he just... Okay, he wants to take out production, it makes sense. But if he wants to go raid, just take the Palisade gate and run straight in. Or hope that Henry opens the gate. Yeah, he's gonna take the Palisade gate now. Oh, this is bad. Henry is committing to the forward though. But it's going to be so bad if Ark is able to go in here. Nice house wall being behind the Palisade there. But Henry will losing some numbers now at home here to Ark's forward. Well, Henry is in, Ark is not, so so maybe it's better for Henry after all. If you can even out some builder numbers here, get some juicy raids in. It's really committing now, spreading out the knights. But also sacrificing precious numbers here. Uploading lots and lots of woods here behind everything going on, so... Ark with 5 TCs now. Producing out to 2 of them. While Henry is getting some kills, but that should be so easy to replenish and catch up with if you're up here, since you have 5 TCs up now. Only 4 farmers working currently though, so we're not gonna be queuing that many villagers just yet. On this side, did he build a with wall? What happened here? Anyway, he's keeping the aggression out, so good defense from Henry here, and now he's ungarrisoning knights to clean up the last few numbers here of Ark. It's actually open on this side, so could be a point of entry for Ark, but it still only has that +1 defense, which in some melee defense matches the Franks, but not in Pierce. 5 stables now producing for Henry, and we'll be catching up with Ark unless Ark starts queuing knights, which he does. And just extending further across the map here. Henry has a villager's lead now, though, after these raids and after causing a lot of even more idle time on Ark's side. And Ark's eco a little bit here as well with 24 with 16 on gold. Must have some idols around here somewhere still as well, maybe. The knights as well to well, I was gonna say to keep the numbers lead, but they're actually quite evenly matched here now, though Ark he has the market, he could actually just buy Imperial Age now and get to Cavalier and get to that stuff if he wants to. Stop taking out gold. Defensive castle on the hill, good position here to limit raids from this area and kind of cover the golds and souls here as well. But Henry is also denying some expand here, committing his knights to fight here, and almost equal numbers here. Probably not a fight either of them want to take because they really cancel out each other's number. Better to keep them as, especially for... I was gonna say especially for Ark, who is indeed close to Imperial Age, but doesn't seem to want to go there. He's committing to the Cat Age here still. Teutons get 3 murder holds, so it's not the best idea to sit underneath a Teuton's castle to try and take it out. You could do it with any other civilization because they'd have to research murder holds, but for Teutons, not so much. That's just a waste of HP. There's the Imperial Age for Ark. Gonna give him Cavalier or Halberdier or whatever you need to follow up here. And he had a much stronger villager count here though, and dropping more stables, making use of that wood now. And but Imperial Age gonna be a bit off here for Henry. So many knights. Henry actually closed pop caps here in the cast stage. That's amazing. Is he going to beat to full cast stage here against Teutons? And that doesn't make sense either. He needs to get up as well, because Ark is now just 1 minute away from the Imperial Age. A good fight could change things though. Henry, slight numbers advantage, but doesn't have all of the numbers in the fight here. I think, yeah, it's a better fight for Ark. It has this HP-wise, much better fight per arc. Is also closer to the reinforcements, but he's losing precious numbers before Imperial Age, which is also good call for Henry. Why no help switch? Good question. The Knights. Well, Ark comes out on top with that fight, maybe with a little bit of help from the hill here as well. But now he has fight on Knights and he is in the Imperial Age and can go Cavalier here. Now he's making a hike and making a switch into halves though. Game still going indeed. But right now I favor Ark's position here. Chat sniper, yeah, maybe. I don't think so. I don't think so. Quite a few weakened knights here though, but there's the Cavalier. Not stressing that last armor, because you essentially get another melee armor. There's already +2 melee armor on these knights, so you don't need to stress that plate bar armor. It's nice to have though, to just even better fights here. But look at the numbers: 32 knights to 33 now for Henry. Henry is keeping up, but Henry needs army, right? And he's booming heavily here as well. He has a ridiculous eco lead to 50 villagers more, maybe too many villagers. But yeah, maybe we'll see that in soon. Please, Ark, just attack. Yeah. Cavalier is in. You need to do some damage at some point here. You can't just sit around and not attack when you have this kind of Imperial Age advantage. It's almost as many Cavalier, Teuton's Cavalier with extra armor, as Henry has got knights here, and it still hasn't kicked to the Imperial Age. Just running around here. Are you gonna go for some raids now? What are you looking for? Okay. Gonna kill the outpost rushers. No less than 10 villagers to complete an outpost here for Henry, but he can waste them. He has 150 villagers. These guys are expendable. It's just a distraction maneuver. It seems kind of rough though. Ark, yes, he only has 106 villagers if you look at it that way, but look at all these TCs, such a boomer. 7 TCs total. And yeah, fully boomed here with lots of Cavaliers, and even making the help switch behind this. So the Frank's Knights, if they ever become Cavalier, they will be rendered useless against Teutons. As a cattle, that's a good one. It protects a lot of TCs in the farms here, but that transition to Imperial Age, that's going to be the issue here. It's just much stronger armies at work for Ark now. Here are the Knights, but we have Pikes, Teuton's Pikes with at least full cast age upgrades. Here comes the Imperial Age as well. TC goes down. I don't think Ark minds too much losing one out of these 7 TCs, even if it isn't gold. They're raiding each other, but Ark has the stronger armies here, and might not even worry too much about Castle Fire. Should get Guarding Arbor for the Cavalier, though, to stand even more archers or Castle Fire here. He seems to be struggling a little bit for gold now, selling for gold to keep production going. He's fighting pikes with knights, but that's okay when you have 4 times the numbers. And Arthur goes for rebuilding these over here, and now with to defend. He's not going it out, but he has the resources for it if he wants to. Look at numbers though. Henry is almost doubling the numbers of Ark here, but Ark has Teuton's camps on the field, and that's just not good news for Henry here. Basically, only have to run into Teuton's helps with full upgrades plus 5 melee armor or something. I don't even remember. Let's see. Plus 5 melee armor. 5 melee armor. Other. I could sell the stone and go Imperial Age here if he really has to. Is he going to rely on the cheaper Frank's cast to survive? Halb, Treb push here. I think Henry is just stalling this to exhaust Ark in game 1 and then get back at him on the home map. But I mean, numbers matter too. So if you have good enough numbers, maybe. Where are Halb over here? Where are the Halbs? There's barracks right here. Henry is going to lose all the knights. Oh, yeah. Henry is losing all of the armies here. What just happened? Henry had 60 knights 1 minute ago. Now he has 3 of them. And it's the 3 Treb pushing his precious cheap castles here. Yeah, this should be over. Yeah, some helps came. Yeah, I saw it. Throwing X-Men, good counter to the Halberdiers, but you still need significant numbers to deal with that. French should go for. Even though you always say that tennis, in this case I'm almost agreeing. I saw Frank's characters at later actually in the team game somewhere. He wanted to do something un-Frank like, so. One down, one to go. Cast-wise, Ark is just enjoying life right now. He's pop-capped, Henry 144. 79, military to 18. Don't think there's any way for Henry to win this because the gold is at... Yeah, it's gonna run out, so you're just stuck actually being Henry. By the way, it's only up at this hour. It's only like 11:30 for Dennis. He is never awake at this time. That's the GG. Ark takes the first game with Teuton's counter pick. Not Henry, but Ark. GG. Let's split this up. It's more interesting to see the separate graphs for the army. There's 60 knights going to waste into Teuton's halberdiers, and only one player making it to Imperial Age. You gave Ark 1 win. Yeah, you said 3-1, Superman. That's correct. Pretty dominant KD here. Franks with a better eco didn't do much for Henry here. Quick field age for Ark and more scouts, but very little damage in the field age, and then the uptimes otherwise comparable. Spam clicking scouts, maybe? Different palisades? I wouldn't know. Yeah, probably. Okay. So that's 1-0 for Ark. The draft, actually, we had Teutons winning against Franks. Rip Franks. Not OP, I tell you, not nerf Franks. Never Franks. Only one series OP because they have elephant archers. Yes. I'll crush them with my Persian elite war elephants, though. So I beg to differ. You can micro elephant archers. Yeah, but you need 100 shots to take out one Persian war elephant, so it's gonna take you a while. So if I have 60 of them and you have 100 elephant archers, we'll see. I have time. Okay, so the maps. Hold on here. It's going to be Henry's home map. It's going to be either Hideout or Atacama. So I don't know which one Henry is more comfortable on. I feel like Atacama is a safer win if you have the proper sims than Hideout. Do you have Sicilians here as well? I wonder what Sicilians are doing here. It's probably just mind games. Okay, it's gonna be Hideout. Okay. So what are we gonna say? Andris Kawasansiv? Berbers, I guess? Because it's not gonna play... Yeah, that's right, Kawazan is banned. It's Cup and Bay. That's at play here. So Hideout Arky. I'm seeing Cumans for Ark on Hideout, but it's also his last pick, so maybe not. And Malay versus Cumans, yeah, makes sense for these close maps. It's very late picks for both of them, though. Britons are good in Hideout as well, for sure. But they were also good on Cup, right? They've been seen quite a few times on Cup. Or I've seen players play them on Cup at least. Versions for Hideout, fantastic boom, and Arc is a boomer, so wouldn't discourage that. I mean, speaking of booming suits, like Malans, Cubans, Persians, Teutons, Lithuanians. Henry is going, yeah, he's going Sicilians for Hideouts. He's just going full nasty, crazy mode now. He's going to go Sicilians for Hideouts. Oh, oops. Sicilians for Cup. Could be cool. Don Johnson Sergeants and First Crusade. Full Knights in Gas Nature Cup. What about demolition ships? That counters Sicilian Knights. If you're not careful. They cannot go on land. Fair enough. But what if you wall the land and force them to go on the hybrid terrain? Okay, they may have started here. And just we can break Arc's walls, yeah. True. Actually, maybe it's better to just find it here. Yeah. Cubans Malay. Someone called it. Good call. Okay, score stands 1-0 for Arc. That's good. Humans. We're gonna have a long game. Is that the idea? Well, they have a faster off time stat. They have that going for them at least. Fast fuel into eco upgrades. That's been seen on closed maps with Malay before. That could happen, and that to some extent kind of matches the humans to TC boom, but humans fuel HTC kickstarting the boom like that. If Henry goes for that approach, no, if Arc goes for that approach, sorry. If Arc goes for that approach, then that could be bad news for Henry, but Henry should know to punish humans for going for a greedy feudal age boom on these closed maps. He has the opportunity for a quicker castle and Imperial Age here to start applying pressure, maybe Castle Age crossbows with Mala even, or just a fast imp style push. But we don't know yet. I'm liking Henry's base better because he has the gold in the back here. It's harder to deny if you somehow manage to get through or to deny it. While for Arc, you could almost reach this with a ranged approach from what side. You'll have to place tower here and get flashing. But the resource disposition is worse. Forward-ish stone as well for Arc, not ideal. Deer spawn inside. Okay, so it's actually because there was a hiccup for hideout as well, right? And that's different. So they're playing the regular hideout. Or maybe I'm remember things wrongly here. Oh, it's hurting my eyes. Whose idea was to add snow to Age of Empires 2? Too bright. Yeah, this is the regular hideout, I know. I think the HC4 hideout has more neutral resources and usually the hunt outside, but yes, it doesn't say in the rules that you have to use HC4 hideout, so oops. Not the best border ever, a bit unfortunate for Arc there, but should make too much of a difference. Beautiful mill spot as well. You don't even need to push the deer when it's like this, you can just mill them. Henry's advantage in Malay here is 66% faster researching of the attack, which means you could either go, either make 3 more villagers and still be up at the same time as the opponent, or you simply go up sooner. Don't think Henry can delay the aggression for too long here, depending on what the Cuban's player does, of course. We'll see if Art goes up at 20 pop here for that second village TC, or if he has something else in mind here. Yeah, it's going up. Score difference due to scouting, mainly. Henry has found the opponent's location, and wait, he's getting loom? Oh. And he's maybe going up here. Ah. Could just be fast fuel into eco upgrades, of course. But he's getting loom as well, which is either just to keep the TC working, or to wait for the food to kick in, or he has some plans to actually move forward and do some early aggression here. So it's actually going to beat our village here, there, even with one population more and loom, but that's just Malay power here. I mean, you can't really do village archers here because you'd expect the Cubans to have a second TC and they'll essentially have all their economy protected. Getting the eco upgrades. Fast fuel into eco upgrades. Into what? Into gold as well. Second town center, right near the edge here for our, but also on stone. Indicating some upcoming cattle investment. It's also the wood line, so that's obviously going to come in handy. Securing even more wood access for your upcoming farms. Well, so they're both extended Finland. Hello, farm man. Is how that hideout indeed. I don't know what to expect here. It's Malay versus Cubans, and they're both extending the feud layers without any significant aggression here, which should give Arc the eco edge, even with the early eco upgrades for Henry. But chances are that Henry will still be going earlier to the next stage, both the castle and Imperial Age, depending. And it is Henry's home map. Yeah, here's the blacksmith market. And yeah, we're not going up quite yet. But 8 horse collar farms here, still lots of berries to eat. 3 on gold. Would be fun to see some Malay elephants at work here, but I don't think that's the immediate plan of Henry here. Humans are just moving away, having their very old time in the feudal age with their 2 town centers here, and surprisingly enough, not a. I mean, it's a 6 villagers lead, but 5 villagers actually. But that's just going to escalate as long as they is in the village getting wheelbarrow now as well, as missing 350 food to go to the gas stage. I don't play those maps a lot, so I don't know too much about the meta and plans here. But we know that humans can be strong on these kinds of maps because you have a sense of false security with walls, pre-made walls around your base. And if you aren't challenged in the early game, you're going to have a fantastic eco advantage going into the castle and Imperial. Henry is going out, and he has that Malay age app bonus that's going to go quickly. It's going to reach the castle age at a very respectable 15:45 actually. Boom into spam last, fast and keep check. Yeah, exactly. And it's on stone here, arc, so that's definitely an indication of the keep check rather than knights here. And the speed and mobility really humans favor here over the Malay. Malay just, I mean, they have strong things for them, fully upgraded arbalists, for example, but they don't have the speed and mobility and cavalry like the humans do. And we're going full boom here is going to try and keep up with the humans here, so this is going to be Boom Simulator for a while still. Or is actually selling stone here. This is to match the castle age up, maybe. It's getting loom just now. And just look at that farm, because 24 farms. While Henry got 10. Idle time lower for Arc this game as well, even with 2 TCs compared to Henry's 1. Okay, having a small pause. Alright. Yeah. Who put it? They put it. So scout is important here just to check if something's up, if a castle if it's moving out at all. Arc here, that's not the case. It's going cast stage now. So it's gonna reach the cast stage with Cubans at 20:30. In the meantime, Henry is adding a TC number 4. I think he bought that stone because, well, he's been might have been mining some stone over there. Pretty far behind the villagers now, since Arc can produce villagers going up to the cat age as well. 12 villagers difference for now, but Henry with easy to the 2 might be able to kind of match the humans here. Arc is spotting this TC going up. He can't be late if he wants to, could engage against the villager, but might not be worthwhile. Very nice stats here for Henry with the idle league, only 6.7%. 3 minutes of idle villager time to Ark's 6 minutes. So also sign of good eco management from the green player here. 26 farms now, all of a sudden, is actually almost matching the rate of farming for humans. Ark here with lots of food, but not on gold yet. But a castle is coming up, so seems like it's going to be the Kipchak player. The stable is then to get husbandry and bloodlines for the Kipchaks. Yeah, so he has a castle covering the econ here, the gold. Still eating berries at 21.5 minutes into the game. That goes for both of them, actually. So they have an idea of the relics locations as well, if they want to fight for those. Henry knows about 4 of the 5 relics. So somehow he's not seeing them, which is kind of interesting. Will we see the castle going up though? Yep, see the foundation. And now a third TC for the humans to try and... I was going to say keep the villager lead, but Henry is actually in the eco lead now with 71 to 65. Yeah, they both have all the eco upgrades here. Fletching for Ark now is and making the Kipchaks. So getting the appropriate upgrades here. Husbandry, bloodlines should be coming in eventually as well. So in the meantime, Henry is gonna go to the north side here to wall off this section. He goes pretty far with the villagers, but there's a reason he wants to seal off more of the map to his own advantage here and force aggression to happen on the right hand side. Kipchaks are out, so Ark taking some map control with Kipchaks now, but he's not gonna be there to deny the walls on the other side, I think. The fact that Henry is dropping a barracks right now means it's also an indication to Ark that Henry hasn't been investing anything into it this far. So eco's comparable, and looking at the resources, it kind of looks like Ark will be going in first here, but Henry goes more quickly up. So, so there's definitely a chance. Henry is definitely going to be Ark in here because he researches it faster. What's the weapon of choice in the Imperial though? We have one siege workshop, we have the ranges going up, archers, arbs, and bombard cannons, I guess, against humans here. And now just some reaction to keep the Kipchak out here. Stone Gate going up behind the broken palisade gate here. He's unfinished, so it doesn't have any armor whatsoever. It could still break through here, but there's an opening. There's always a hole. And now Ark can just run around and be annoying and try and get an impression of what Henry is up to here. As you can see, the range. Spreading out to keep track of maximum noises. So there's the Imperial Age. And a Magnol getting a free kill there. No bloodlines for the Kipchaks yet, even though the stable has been here for a long time. And Ark not committing to the Kipchak anymore. Is going to drop stables now and go into the cavalry play instead. Also going to the Imperial Age behind this, but now housed for Ark, so that needs to be addressed as well. Yeah, you really need some houses now. See some foundations here, but nothing's happening. Wow. That's a long period of house-ness for Ark, but now he's rushing up a house to here. That should get the production going again, but that's a bit of a setback all the way to Imp here. But look at that economy for actually both of them. Keep check. For now, still the weapon of choice. No bloodlines. Cavalry armor upgrades kicking in. Bodkin for the Q. Keep check here and abusing the minimum range of the Mangle there, so the Mangle can't get a hit in on the keep check. Lots of ranges going up for Henry now. He has the Arbalester being teched, Razor, Chemistry. Preparing for late Death Ball here. That it should be strong. I could bail on a few of the ranges there for. Oh, this reason is keep check here to the builders. Flowering as well to boost the firing rate and the accuracy. 112 to 105 villagers, so Henry with a slight lead here. Top side, just dropping some houses and some outposts here to have some vision of if anything comes that direction. Henry doesn't know what's being prepared on the outside. Ark not walling off either. He doesn't have access to stone walls, so he can't stone wall off like Henry is doing. That's actually a tiny advantage of having Malay here, I guess. But collecting some relics. That's going to be the first relic for Ark here, who has a very low TC time on the 3 TCs here, and now almost matching Henry's villager numbers. Yeah, it's the ARPs and bombard cannons, maybe Trebs here for Henry. Definitely Arblasts, which is perfect against the Kipchak and decent against mass cavalry if you get to a big bowl of archers. Mole 3 going up to contest the relics to maybe hurt some stray knights. Ooh! Ark with the sneak stables. Nice. Already preparing for the late game Hussar raids from this side. And it's actually getting light cap and stuff. I have a feeling this could be a long one as well, but we'll see. It's been 33.5 minutes and we have barely seen any aggression from just a few keep check for the Cubans here, not contributing too much. Bomber cannons and ARBs now six artillery wings, and it's about to become more to boost the ARB plus numbers. Henry still good builders as well. 132 getting masonry. He has the proper upgrades for the ARBs and getting some snipes of the Cavalier here before Ark managed to attack, but the Cavalier are almost matching the ARBs numbers. That's very bad news for here. Yeah. He's going to replenish the ARBs rather quickly, but can it happen quickly enough here? He basically needs help at this point. He's taking panic, taking Python, and Grades here. Going to lose some bombard cannons even to the forward cavalry here, and that cavalry switch through Henry a little bit here. I think he needs to react. He's going into the pikes, but you need all the upgrades and you need to mass them, so that's simply going to take a while here. Funny how he's trying to micro a monk with a bomb in here. Hideout, exactly. Hideout. So what do you have here? We have 6 stables consistently producing for Ark here, making the Cavalier good, even though we don't see it a lot in actually in Paladin at some point here, but also depends on the 5 pairs now for spikes getting colored here now. A lot more of them still to hold off this massive Cubans investment, but Ark is lacking siege. Needs traps. Here they come. Yep. castles and eventually break into this base and sort of the boom here. We would have the stables on this side, Cavalier from this side as well to break through here maybe, and that might catch Henry off guard. Oh, that's so perfect. Yeah, that's gonna be a surprise. Certainly having Cavalier running in from the other side as well. Now that Henry thinks he's safe and walled on the left hand side. I'm leaning towards 2-1 now 2-0 for Ark here, honestly. And that means that Henry will have to do the reverse sweep to get the game back into his hands. Ark doesn't have a counter to help. That's true. He can make the keep check still. He has the wooden gold eco for it. But that's not going to help if Henry gets the arm numbers back online, of course, back on track. No, Ark is sacrificing cavalry here. He's sending more traps forward, but he only cavalry at this point is getting elite skirm, which will counter both halbs and arms here though. So that's good. You need some crazy masses for Cumans here. Cumans don't get bracer, which is an issue as well, range-wise. Andrew doesn't see Westfold this one, or this is so silly. Yeah, more ranges going up here for the elite skirms. Look at the range though, 5-2 against 5+3 for the arms here. Could be an issue, lacking bracer here, or issue, lacking that extra range. This castle, this gold off limits for now as well. Quite a few ranges forward here for Ark here, so there's queuing skirmishers here, maybe to delay Henry's forward here, but he has the bomber cannon out again now to contest this forward production. But that's also buying time for Ark to mass up the skirmishers behind here from these ranges, so... 600 gold mainly trash investment now for Ark. Did he forget about this tables now, or what's going on? He's seeing them for the big blow later on. Military count an advantage. Henry here is getting some cap rams as well to soak skirmisher fire maybe, or to deal with the stuff in the back here. Oh no! Here we go with the Cavaliers. Surprise! That's coming, did you? And some hussars as well. Humans hussars, scary. They move 15% faster, so they move 5% faster than husbandry civilizations that have husbandry. So some builders down here, maybe not the end of the world. They're both close to pop cap here. Here comes the panic defensive castle. Let's see if Ark can break through in time to delay the night. It is bad. Yeah, oh no, he opens the gate, but there are still halbs here. Does Henry have enough halbs close here? This, yeah, the cap goes up, doesn't it? Not with loss of quite a few villagers. Are you kidding me? Okay, we went up, we went up. I was confused by the lag there, but nice. Defensive castle goes up. Tower to this side, because why not? 4 ranges have been dealt with, but now 42 elite skirmishers for Ark here, and I don't know why it's lagging this bad. Let's just tiny pause here, see if it helps a bit. Wait. In I guess well. Ark is gonna try to push back here now. He has Hussars, Skirms, and then Trebs to push here. Hussars should deal with cat traps, that shouldn't be an issue. And yeah, the gold in the bank. Henry is out of gold. He's not mining gold currently. He's being denied of gold by this here. He's idled quite significantly at home here. So, and he's down to 52 villagers. Oh, I missed that. That was some very efficient raids from from Ark with the cavalry breaking through here. That's a 2-0 for Ark, taking Henry's first home map. Next map for Henry will be Akkal-AOE, so we'll see what that brings us. Let's just have a look at the stats here. 5 units topping the unit creation stats here. Some point Henry was the only one with military here, but no, I mean Ark was the only one with military here, but then with some ups and downs here. 100 more kills for Ark, some clever raiding there. Superman said early on, sadly, he prefers humans on hideout. Turns out Superman was correct. Quick fuel times for both. Fast fuel into eco upgrades for Henry into Castle Age and Big Boom. Contesting the Cuman's economy that way and also reaching the earlier Imperial Age but not getting the Death Ball prepared in time for the Cuman's cavalry switch. 133 villagers each, and then the APM chart showing some bits and pieces here for Ark with the tasking down lots of new buildings to mass terms and push back. But this corner though. Henry eventually found it, but that's the sneakiest stables I've seen in a while. 2-0. Henry will have to do the reverse sweep here. He's not only going to have to win his own home map, but he needs to win 2 home maps of Ark as well. But Atacama map favoring early feudal aggression to take the enemy of wood. Could be that Henry will have better luck there. The next one is going to be. Be exciting. Let's see who won here. Cubans won against Malay for hideout. Thanks for following. Akkal-AOE. Zubawan says Persian versus Berbers. Persian versus Berbers on Atacama? Really? Really? Huh. What were the maps again? Cup and Bay left for Arc. He's going to use Mongols for Bay and Japanese for Cup. I think he's going Maldians for Atacama. He's going to go Men at Arms into Archers or Towers or something. Stronger Men at Arms. And then Henry, I'm not even sure what happens. Maybe you just go full troll with Sicilian. Berbers, of course, good for these open maps if you want to play the cavalry, but we'll see. Britons, Archers come to mind as well on that map. But yeah, okay. Let's see if you guys are correct. Persian versus Berbers. If we can find it here. I may or may not have launched. Oops. I didn't start yet. Persian versus Berbers on hybrid Atacama. Oh, damn it! You're right. It's Red Bull. It's not the Atacama. It's Red Bull Volvo Atacama. Of course, it's Persians Berbers then. I forgot that. I thought it was the Atacama, and it definitely isn't. And I absolutely agree with you. Byzantines or Mongols and Bay makes sense. No, you're right. It's a different Atacama, so I'm with you. Here we go. Red Bull 3 Atacama. Yes. I want to do stuff. Malians Berbers. Okay, I said Malians, but but I changed my mind after your talking. Chat in shambles. Yes. Yeah, but the lakes in the corners, they aren't that significant. They might not even see use at all, so we'll see. But I think I've seen, was it Ark I saw playing this, that he actually took the lakes unnoticed and then went for a crazy Malians extended scouts play. Maybe he's gonna try it again, but then Henry's seen right through it because I know Henry watch my stream for that one. I know they probably watched the recorded games as well. So he might have anticipated the Malians pick here actually. That's not to say it's going to be easy to stop though if Ark is able to go to the ponds and Henry doesn't contest it in time. if that's the plan here. Build a food eco with mullions of water and then use it to play scouts on land. Let's see. Here we go, 2-0 for Ark. Ark going for the mullions for Red Bull 103 Atacama and Henry with the Berbers. So there is some fish in the corners here. It's like 3 or 4 deep fish in each of the lakes and some shore fish as well. Nothing too significant. It's like 800, 900 food, and then the shore fish as well. So 2, 4, 6, 1500 food total in the corner here. But then you would need to dock, costing you, well, in Malian's case a little bit less, but costing you 175 wood. Let's just take the generic dock. 175 wood and then 75 wood per fishing ship as well. Maybe you want to invest 3 or 4 fish for this small pond here. So it's a significant wood investment, and wood is going to have an issue here on this map because the good woodlands are in the middle, which good players will know to contest early on. Protocol of JF V Robel. Going straight to the middle here with the first number camp. Let's see how Henry solves. This is actually 7 on food. I'm not sure if it's intentional. And taking the stragglers to begin with, actually. Seven on jeep. Yeah, you see the blue dot here is actually going to the... Okay, it's just scouting for now. But Ark is scouting the corner. He's going to look for the shorefish for where to place the dock. So he is going to go for a fairly early dock here with the Malians, I think. Yep, no, that's not the docking villager, that's a boar villager. 4 on wood, but he's Malians, so he's saving some wood anyway. And yeah, of course, it's 1500 fish per pond, so it's 6000 food total across the corners of the map here, but keep in mind you need to walk down there, make the dock, and start making use of it as well. So it's going to affect your resource gathering time if your opponent doesn't go for it. And leave it very low efficiency though. But it's because he was walking to the lumber camp, so I think that's the explanation here. Deer, definitely pushable. Quite close to TC here. And 4 wood for berbers as well to bring the, well, 5 wood. This has to be the dock investment for Henry, isn't it? He's going very heavily on wood now. Guys, scouting the corners. They're both docking. Interesting. That should impact their village timings to be a bit slower than you'd normally see on an open land map, I think. Even though there might still be village aggression. Good save there, doesn't lose any villagers. And... bring out the first fish here for bottom. 2 fishing ships in the queue for Ark. 5 on wood for Ark, 6 on wood for Henry. Makes sense because Malians save wood per each building they place. Oh, but this is a gathering point. Fault here. Is this the... I've heard some rumors about fishing ships going idle for no reason as well. But it could just be a gathering point malfunction. Yeah, I was going fishing. Okay, so lost a few seconds there, but no big deal. Yeah, Henry is totally expecting Malians to go for the fish here. He checks this corner just to see if there's any investment down here. Doesn't bother about that corner because that would make sense for Ark to go for at this point in the game. Ark has also been down here to check this lake just in case this is Henry's side, I guess, to see if he's docked, but he's not scouted the north yet. He's about to find it. And Ark, by the looks of it, is going to be first to the fuel lake here. He's getting loom now and going to go up at 25 pop, where 2 of those are fished. And he's going to find himself in need of having to invest into a dock in the corner here, maybe, to stop that fast food income for Henry. The fuel lake timings are virtually identical here. This guy's trying to walk into the dock. It's a dark horse. Three to gold now for Ark. And the dock in the north. Shouldn't be catching Henry off guard here. Henry at some point will be actually the fishing ships will be searching for the next fish once this one has been depleted. So Henry should be seeing his stock going up anytime now when he goes for this one or the deep fish, depending. He's found a wood lion as well, has he? He's about to find it. And now, of course, yes, sees that look is up. Immediate reaction. A second dock for Henry in the north here. Just to make sure we can maintain control of this lake and not give it away to Ark here, who's going straight for the fire galley. They both are. Burrows have pattern moving ships, so you can dodge fights. Pattern moving villagers as well. And now, where are you going, Ark? Yeah, I don't. Seems like a big investment, the second dock, doesn't it? It's not like there's thousands of fish here. And they're going for the stable. Also, the table here with the Wallace has the spearman out already, expecting or knowing, in fact, that cavalry will be coming his way. Keep in mind that Henry is down 2-0 here as well. That's his second home map, and he might be a bit disheartened here by the situation. He needs to win 3 in a row to win this tournament game. Gets the scout though. Easy pick off villagers there. And now back on gold. For how many on gold total? 7 on gold. And a weak villager here. Could be scary. Ark with the scouts, and he's with a demo here. It's not really. Yeah. Sure, it's gonna give Henry another 600 food here to take and the potential for fish traps later, but 2 docks, 2 fire galleys, huge investment here to the gold investment that will delay the progression as well. Ark still has the fish down here, so it's not like Ark is losing much by getting 1 dock up in the north. This is too much. 3 fire galleys. It's just so much wood and gold going down here for Henry. It's seems like an overkill. Good situation here. We're making villagers. That's good. There's wood for maybe I want to consider a range here or something to more easily obstruct the wood access of Ark here. You already have the wood and the gold anyway, so why not just go into some archers here, but really best to farms as well for us to it's important to get to the Catholic first here over Malians, so they can play the cheaper cavalry. Spearman gets a free hit here. Still gonna be annoying on the woodland here from Henry not committing to any quick ball, but he's gonna fight this off with villagers and spearhead, no problem. Barely any value at all for Ark there aside from the idle time. The dock goes down. Ark made one demo and succeeded in making Henry invest into 175 wood into dock and 4 fire galleys as well. And now Ark dock down the south as well. So a place where Henry hasn't been scouting for a while, and he doesn't have a scout anymore, can't really check. Ark basically plays this almost more like 4 lakes than Atacama, so that things really shouldn't matter that much on the map. And maybe Henry has been here as well, because there are 2 fire galleys here. Okay. Ark must be a pescator and he really likes his fish. Henry he has a market and he's gonna buy cast stage. At least he's gonna get this. He could buy cast stage at least, almost. At this point, you may even just sell the stone and get your cheaper cavalry out. I don't know. Something needs to happen here. Hello, Venture Baba. It's a weird game. I absolutely agree. I don't understand the huge emphasis on the water investments here. Yeah, there's deep fish. Henry will be going cast stage first here, which should be a good advantage for the Berbers to get to the cast stage cheaper knights and camels before Malians can even get there. But ours has a much healthier food economy now with the fish investment. So yeah, and the timing actually not that far off at all. Blacksmith is up as well, just missing 20 food now to go to cast stage. It's only going to be 30 seconds maximum difference if Ark goes after now. There we go. Yeah, 20 something. Just woke up. Sounds like good Sunday morning to Wajababa. I've been up for 2.5 hours already. And I'm not the morning person. I have a pause here again. 3 p.m. Nothing like getting up at 3 p.m. on a Sunday morning. 3 p.m. morning. Second stable for the Malians here is getting bloodlines. It's going to go straight into the Campbells, I assume. 3 stables, actually. 26 on food for Ark. 21 for Henry, but Henry, he has the cheaper cavalry. So should still be in a decent spot to get a good army mass out here in the cast stage. It's really making an effort to wall in the lumberjacks here, though. What maps were played till now? Arabia's for him, and then Hideout. So this is Henry second map. There's cast stage for Henry, 3 stables, but so is the Valiants, mind you. Once Ark is up, and Ark has much more food and gold in the bank, he might actually be able to contest the Berbers map here. He could even go straight 3 TCs here with the wood savings from the Valiants, probably not having seeded Landy farms either because of the triple lake fish investment here. TC in the middle to conserve some more wood access as well. While Henry is going for knights against the Malians here, probably because they had a slight head start to the app here. +2 defense for Henry for the knights means that they could raid more efficiently, also close to town centers. And Arc going multiple town centers could become an issue here as well against Henry's Berber's cheap cavalry production, but we'll see how it plays out for them. Aryan Forging now second attack upgrade for Arc here, has +1 defense as well. And they are both at 20 military here, but some of that is naval military for both of them, so... Ooh. Henry wants to do deny blacksmith upgrades here. Interesting. Looks like Arc has a 4th stable in the planning area as well. He really wants to double up on the numbers and try and out the Berbers here. Fish about to run out, so these guys will go idle until Henry sees the traps. Blacksmith goes down, but it's only the last armor upgrade missing for Arc, so that's not the biggest loss ever. Taking out stables may be more important. Henry going into the Berber's pikes here now, which makes sense against masked camels for sure. Arc 4 stables and consistently producing camels here. It's ridiculous how this on the investment is paying off. I don't think Henry, even with Berbers, I don't think Henry can match this. Crazy. Significant numbers for Arc here. Yeah. Unsurprisingly, Henry calls the GG there. Arc takes a 3-0 in the mid-ELO Mayhem Gold final. Arc, strictly speaking, ELO-wise, actually is slightly below Henry. And yeah, I think they both just don't play enough when he wants. Well played Arc though. He saw through he predicted some of the picks from Henry here, I think. And the Malians for Atacama, Henry with the Berbers. Why did you ask Henry is in the chat? Should have played last game, you weren't. Villager count is equal, and actual villager count is also higher for Henry here. But yeah, military is huge here. It's like 26 to 14 already. Thanks for watching, guys. Fish can't be that significant though. If you see it's depleted here, it's depleted here, and it's depleted here. Yes, it's an early eco boost, but it's about to run out. So all these are going to go idle. Arc, he could seed some fish traps, of course, but it's not like it's 4 lakes with thousands of fish in each pond. I think it's still too baggy. It all is what you're supposed to do in finals. Yes. He did drag out the first game though, I'll tell you that much. But we could look at the stats here. Most created, 24 camels, 14 camels for Henry. Says something about the production. Let's have a look at the graphs here as well for the eco and military. Not that huge differences, right? Here it goes down. Military count, good fight for Arc. 28, 14 KD, pretty convincing there. Slightly stronger eco for the Wildlands, especially the food. No, wait. Not that much difference in food income, but yeah. Looking at the stats now, it looks more even than it probably felt like for Henry here, but I trust Henry's judgment. But GG's, well played Ark.